What up, Laker Nation? You're here with your host Kareem. How you guys doing? Um, let's get right to it. Kwame Brown, Gilbert Arenas, Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes. Internet been going crazy. But first, I'm gonna give a shout out and a rest in peace to Abe Poland. He seemed like a stand-up guy. I'm going back previous interviews with Gilbert Arenas spoke on Abe, talk about how he was a good man to him and how he's a stand-up man to his word. Gil forgot about it when his contract was up. And Abe was like, "No, Gil, take this money." Gil was hurt. And he still gave him the max. He said, "Because I never forget, you helped us out this Jordan situation." And he, honoring his word, and still gave Gil a max contract when Gil had an injury. Where a lot of people turned their backs on that. And also Kwame Brown spoke on Gilbert. He spoke on Abe Poland, said that Michael Jordan went to trade him for Elton Brand, and Abe Poland stepped in. Now let's get into the Kwame Brown, Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, and Gilbert Arenas. I'm gonna give y'all my opinion on it. First and foremost, it's entertaining. I've been enjoying it, but I didn't want to jump right to it. I want to wait a while, get more feedback, get more information that I can. Go back to interviews, listen, and see what's the problem is. So I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I'm gonna start with Matt Barnes. Kwame Brown made a comment. He said, these guys keep doing it. So maybe it's more video out there, maybe other interviews, maybe it's behind the scenes stuff. I don't know, but I really don't see what Matt Barnes really done. And Matt Barnes got it the worst, calling him Becky with the good hair and saying he was dark enough to be with the black guys, white enough to be with the white guys. He always angry. And he made a little subliminal when he said she chose him, something like that. But I think he was talking about the Derek Fisher and his Matt Barnes' baby mother. It been crazy. He hit hard at Matt Barnes, and I didn't really see what Matt Barnes really said. I know he tapped him, but the tap could have been anything. We don't know. But like I said, I think it's probably some behind the scenes stuff. He was angry, and I don't think he that angry for no reason. So it may be more than we can see. And now, as far as I can Gil ain't kill Kwame Brown to me. I don't if I'm putting my if I was Kwame Brown, how would I feel about that? Okay, y'all been teammates for years. You said you was gonna bail him out. Y'all pretty cool. And he said about your confidence, and you you also elaborate and said it's kind of true how you looked up to Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan, like you said, he bashed you, and Michael Jordan. I'm gonna get into Michael Jordan, but the stuff you saying about Jordan and how the support wasn't coming from Jordan and how he want to trade you, and how you bash your product and all the stuff you saying. You did have like I said, I'm a big basketball fan. He did have confidence issues. So what Gil was like, it always when Kwame had it was. I remember Kwame said that years ago when he was playing, and they've been saying that a while. That's why they got rid of him with the Wizards, because they said he needed a change of scenery. He had to get up out that. Not that the Wizards would have, because he started playing better, the last few years of his years in Washington, but he had to get out of that because mentally he wasn't there. And like you said, he was an 18-year-old kid, and Jordan was his idol. And for Jordan to treat him the way he treated him, it messed with him. So Gil elaborated on that, but I think because he said, I think he Max Gil said small hands, and he said when he went to Kurt Rambis, his hands bigger than Kurt Rambis. Kurt Rambis said, "You don't got small hands," and I guess he feel he cool with Gil, and he knew the reason why because he broke all these bones in his hand. You know, I guess that's why he couldn't really catch the ball as good. So maybe he felt Gil should have, spoke up for him more and said, no, that's not true. I don't know, but Gil, it wasn't as bad what Gil said, to be honest. I don't really get why he would have been too mad with Gil. Yeah, you could speak on something. I was, but the way he went at Gil, I don't think that was kind of necessary. But he also said that Gil stopped his money, and that right there, I can get it some because they was in the playoffs, and he said Gil told him don't play him because I guess Kwame was clogging the middle where Gil couldn't, score the way I guess he wanted to score. Do I think Gil said that? Yes, because I follow Gil podcast. I'm a big fan of Gil, and he always reflect on the Washington days, and I always hear how he be like, "Oh, you're in the way of me. Get out, get out." Like he says this type stuff. So I definitely believe he told the coach, sub him, don't play him, because he did always talk to how much he was involved in the game. I definitely think he said that, and everybody know in the playoffs you could be sucked all season. You have a good playoff series. I ain't saying the whole playoffs. You go to five, you play 3 or 4 rounds. You have a good series that could get you paid. So I could get why he's saying that. He said Tyson Chandler got 80. He ended up getting 25, 3 year 25 with the Lakers. So I kind of get why would he probably be a little pissed with that. Like I said, I don't think it was much about that particular interview as far as with Gil. Now with Stephen Jackson, I get it. I get it. He had every right to be mad at Stephen Jackson. Stephen Jackson with teammates. He said their girls used to go out and I guess they was pretty cool. They was teammates in the big three. And I get why he mad at Stephen Jackson because it was disrespectful. And when Jeannie Buss was up there, I made a video about Jeannie Buss. Well, I ain't like what she did, but she said top 5 Lakers impact. This the same interview, and they spoke on a Pau Gasol trade, and they said Pau for Mark, and she said and Kwame Brown, and he dismissed it. He said, "Oh no, it's one trade," and they kind of like clowned him, and I think that was out of pocket. Stephen Jackson should give apology for that because at the end of the day, he's an NBA player, played 12 years in the league. And like he said, his upbringing, the what he did to get there. Like, these guys, like, it's different when if I'm sitting there talking about these guys or, Skip Bayless. But when it's their peers, it hit harder. And so Stephen Jackson responds said, "Oh, 100,000 people been slandering your name. You trying to clout chase off us because we hot, and that's why you doing what you're doing." I disagree with Stephen Jackson because number one, y'all mention his name, and number two, y'all his peers. That peers hold a whole nother level, and that's just what it is. No matter your peers in anything, it could be criminal activities, it could be um, work environment, age, someone your age group. It hits different when it's your peers. I remember Kobe's going through the situation he's going through, and all the outside noise with reporters and different things. But some of his peers were saying little slick stuff. He said that bothered him more than anything. He said he don't care about nothing but with his peers, and so that's basically what he's saying. The NBA is a fraternity, a brotherhood. Y'all hear guys came from the struggle. Yeah, so many people in this world. It's a small out of all major sports. NBA is like the smallest as far as active rosters. Most part it used to be 12 men on each team. Football had 53-man roster. Baseball had 25, 26-man roster. Hockey, I can't remember exactly, but they roster was bigger than the NBA's. NBA had a 12-man roster. Now it's like 15, but it's like a small brotherhood, and it's a lot of people don't get to make it to the league. So, and his struggles, like I said, you guys are teammates. Like he said, he ain't no Max Barnes much, you know, but I kind of get what he's saying about that, and I think Stephen Jackson should he owe him an apology, and then try to say oh, he trying to get clout. No, he ain't trying to get clout. But I think Kwame should channel his energy more so out of everything. It should be Michael Jordan and Stephen A. Smith. I get Stephen A. Smith not his peers, but I think he should been check Stephen A. Smith a while ago because Stephen A. Smith always talk trash about him. And Kwame was not as bad as people make him out to be. He did have a bunch of injuries. I remember when he played the Lakers, he used to have his arm wrapped up. He always had this ankle injury. Every time I was a Laker fan, he make a move, he hopping off his foot hurt. But he kept playing. His shoulder hurt. I remember these things, so he's not lying on this stuff. So I think that he should have, with everything he said, he should have did an interview with someone and brought all this, but more channel it towards Stephen A. Smith and Michael Jordan, because, like he said, what company bashes their own product, and I definitely think it's true. I think Michael Jordan is out of pocket. When you're an idol, not only you're idol, you're legendary, but this is an 18-year-old kid. He come to your franchise, you destroyed him. You destroyed his confidence. And like he said, he was dominating in high school. Y'all picked him number one for a reason. He one of the top high school players. And you just destroyed his confidence. These guys is not built like you guys was built. And like he said, his upbringing. And he had all his brothers went to jail. You know what I'm saying? He was poor. You know, so to him, once he made it, and he said he got his mom's house at 18. He didn't wait till his second or third contract to do that. So I definitely give him props on that. But you cannot, this for every organization, you cannot destroy these young guys like that. You can't. You can't. If they don't work out, if you want to trade them, okay, cool. But while they there, you have to work with them. And I always heard it for years that they didn't properly train him and develop him. I heard that for years in Washington. He didn't get developed. And not getting developed and killing your confidence, that's a lot of these guys, these old school guys, they come with this mentality and they try to bring it to these new school guys, and it don't work. When Byron Scott did that to D'Angelo Russell, you cannot do that. Byron Scott destroyed the D'Angelo Russell. And then Magic on top of that, so when he got there, on his way out, he destroyed, and D'Angelo Russell said it didn't affect him. See, people fail to realize these kids be young, 19, 18 years old, come to the league, and they idolize these guys. Byron Scott, D'Angelo Russell probably didn't idolize Byron Scott, but he looked at Byron Scott. This is a former NBA player, Showtime Lakers. If he looked at Byron Scott, this man was a good NBA player. Then Magic, a Hall of Fame player. I'm pretty sure he probably idolized Magic some. And then Magic said what he said. So it can rock with you. And just like when Lonzo with LeBron. They come there, they idolize Bron, but the whole time Bron was plotting and trying to get rid of them. And AD did. Bron didn't have the brotherhood and talk to these guys. He wasn't invested in the young guys. That's why Ingram said he was bogus. And then once Ingram felt that, his game stepped up. He started waving LeBron off, and he didn't care and started doing him. And he started going off. But you cannot destroy young guys. Because you don't know how it affects these guys. You gotta be there for them. You have to develop them right and encourage them. Whatever happens after that, it happens. So I think Michael Jordan should have got more of the heat, and I think Stephen A. Smith, because, like he said, there's other people who's worse than him. Anthony Bennett. I ain't gonna. Michael Oliver Candy. It's guys that didn't, like, it don't have to be the number one pick. It's guys who, Greg Oden, like, understand he got hurt, but it is what it is. He still wasn't there. Like, at least this guy contribute something. You was able to trade him and do something with him. But like I said, that's my point of view on it. Like I said, it's really no right or wrong. I get what he was saying, and it's entertaining. So I need you guys to like, hit the subscribe, rock with your boy.